This is tasty. Yeah.
What is it? Huh?
Shh. It's a surprise. Pickle surprise. Pickle surprise. Take an English muffin. seat, please. Did I say hum? Repeat my mantra. Ham. 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 Pickle surprise!
Honey casserole. Oh, there.
Where's the pickle? That's the surprise. Pickle surprise.
Woo! Good morning, late night, whatever. I don't know. It's good to see you guys. Yeah, like I woke up a little while ago and then was like, fuck, if I go back to sleep, I'm probably not gonna wake up because I gotta catch a flight pretty early. So I figured I would just hang out with you guys a little bit. Yeah, fun stuff. Who knew that someone having court would be such a fun event? Yeah, had a lot of good fun, man. Night before last, hung out with Betero. That was super awesome. Had a good time, had a great time. It was just me and him. And then last night, after Aiden's court hearing, we went to I don't know, some Mexican place. It was Lauren's birthday. And so we went and celebrated her birthday. And then we met with Mark and Kelly Reed at the same restaurant Mark always likes to go. And we went the night before last. Yeah, and just hung out, man. I really yeah, I had a really, really nice time. Aiden was like, sorry that you came up all the way up here for this you know, not eventful. And I was like, no, man, what are you talking about? We had a great time. I hung out with Mark and then got to hang out with everybody. So it's never a wasted trip when I come here, ever, ever, ever. It's always a really good time. So yeah, like I could have gotten another couple hours sleep, but you know, and it'll take me 2 minutes to pack, honestly. Yeah, man. Let me do this. And it's nice to see everyone kind of paying attention to this case. Finally, in other corners of the YouTubes. So Cosgrove withdrew from the from Hayden's case that involves anything Lindsay Gattani, but like Michael Morrissey's name is all over it. I'm not 100% on like how this is supposed to work, because I've never seen any shit like this in my life. It's really bizarre. So like I don't even know what to make of any of this. Actually, that's not true. There is mainstream media. I mean, Court TV covered it, which I was surprised, but Court TV did cover the case nonetheless. I mean, this is a Court TV thing right here.
I'd call upon the Norfolk DA's office to see if they can have somebody appointed on that case.
There was a pool camera there. So, yeah. And this is in the big courtroom. I've been in this courtroom many times.
Yes, and do it forthwith. I'll make an order to that effect.
All right. I understand, Your Honor. I will just say that since, as you are probably aware, the reason for my withdrawal is that the alleged victim in this case is attempting to implead me in a civil suit between her and Mr. Kearney in the Worcester Superior Court.
You know how hard it was to like not bust out laughing at this guy, like sitting in that courtroom.
The situation does not seem to me personally, and I'm not speaking for the office, conducive to enticing a special prosecutor to assume my position. So we'll have to see what develops.
Okay. I'll make an order. Margaret, just as to 240043, the order of the court that the district attorney appoints a special prosecutor within 30 days.
What?
Judge, if I may, we'd just like to be heard on that very point.
Yeah, go ahead.
Attorney Bettero is going to address that, Judge, just in terms of the potential conflict extending all the way to the DA.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Bettero.
Judge, the problem with this situation is that the alleged victim, who is dragging Mr. Cosgrove into the case, which has led to his removal, as well as Detective Lieutenant Tully, as part of these series of legal maneuvers, sent a demand letter to Michael Morrissey in his capacity as district attorney, presenting claims against the DA's office arising out of the same incidents which have left Mr. Cosgrove to leave. And it's a classic demand letter. If something's not done within 6 months, she intends to take legal action.
And this is to the Norfolk DA.
This is to Michael Morrissey in his capacity as district attorney, and we believe that the Norfolk DA's office now has an irreconcilable conflict, because it would lead to questions about how are they in a position as a future potential litigant to start appointing people. So
why don't you do this? Why don't you write up something and put something in writing to show your opposition? Obviously, I'm not going to. I think it makes sense for the district attorney's office to review whatever it is that you file.
What? Hold on. We got to do it. We got to do it. No other way.
Oh, here we go.
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Dad, 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 dad. I think we got a super dad.
How dare you?
Yeah, we got a couple of them here. First off, Dina, thank you so much, Dina. Just want to say just what I needed, my Glara. Thank you, Dina. And do you think Cosgrove was embarrassed to stand up and say that? I don't see how any. I mean, no, I don't think he was. But I mean, I get what you're saying because I feel like anybody would be normally. But the problem with Cosgrove is like past the age of no fucks to give, like way past that. Like you should see the guy's shoes. The guy's sneakers are like, he wears like straight up fucking sneakers, like Keds or some shit, with a suit. You know, like he doesn't care. He doesn't give a fuck. It's bizarre that he's even like moving forward with this. Like it's bizarre that he hasn't just been like, you know what, I'm done with all of this. This is really stupid. Yeah, bizarre. Yeah, crazy.
File and then make a decision.
Okay.
On that. Okay.
The last concern with that is at the moment, because Your Honor disqualified Mr. Mello recently in a decision. Mr. Cosgrove has been relieved, and this Mr. Novak has been relieved. This case, the 24 indictment, at this point in time is essentially stateless. There is literally, and I want to overuse the word literally, there is literally no prosecutor on that case for an indictment that is approaching a year and a half, almost 2 years old. There are still outstanding discovery issues, and obviously Mr. Cosgrove is no longer in position to deal with those.
Yeah.
But we just want to get this remedied as quickly as possible.
Yeah, no,
so
I agree. I agree. So I think I'm pretty comfortable with my ruling that within 30 days.
I mean, Mark is just like as brilliant of a litigator as you imagine he would be. Lola, thank you so much. Mark Butterill could read the telephone book and I could listen, and I would listen to every word. Bum the judge didn't greet him with the usual Mr. Butterill. Yeah, I think the judge just wanted to like get everything moving. Like, I think the judge is aware of how fucking insane all of this shit is. I don't see how he couldn't be, you know, and even have an opinion at this point. So I think the judge is just, Judge Doolin is like, you know, come on. Did I talk about dinner? What dinner? What are you talking about? Yeah, it's super weird. Like this whole thing is just super weird.
Someone has to appear from the Commonwealth.
okay.
Whether that's the Attorney General's office or another prosecutor's office or somebody, but somebody has to come.
Thank you.
I agree with that. All right. Now we're going to the other two cases, which are 23.
Yeah, I feel like that's weird, man. Like, I just don't understand why Judge Doolin wouldn't just be like, you know what? We need to just let this go. We need to just let this go because this is fucking stupid. You don't have a prosecutor. Like, you have no prosecutor. What are you trying? Like, what are you doing here? What are we doing? There's no prosecutor. Yeah, very bizarre.
00313 and 250088. I think we're on today for discovery motions on that. I know that you have filed a motion to dismiss. I'm sure Mr. Cosgrove hasn't had a chance to respond to that because it was filed within the last week.
We've had some discussion about that, Your Honor. And if the court is agreeable, we have some suggested dates. I believe that we have agreed on a filing date of a non-court date, non-appearance date, but a filing date of October 27th for the Commonwealth to file a response to the motion. And then I believe that both defense counsel and I would be available if it suits the court on either November 12th or November 14th to hear argument on the motion.
Margaret, what is the court schedule like for those days? With Walsh? No, it's gonna have to go through the regular course. Give me a date later in the month. Yeah, because the Walsh trial is gonna start and I think October 20th, and that will take care of this session for a while.
Does October 20th work?
No, we're talking about Mr. Cosgrove having the hearing later in the month of November. The filing date's fine.
Right, so
Like
Later
Aiden's
in November,
face
Your
says
Honor?
it all
Yeah.
right there. Aiden's like, what the fuck is going on right now? What the fuck does the Walsh case have to do with this?
I didn't think they were going to be available till December.
yes, but I mean, the
Oh, is it-
following week is Thanksgiving week.
Yeah, okay, then go into the first week of December.
Any day but the 4th.
Well, that suits me because I can't come on the 4th. So
Is the 5th okay?
Friday the 5th?
Yeah, does that make sense? All right,
Is this
okay,
a
so Friday, December 5th.
non-evidentiary motion to dismiss?
Correct.
Yes, I think it's non-evidentiary at that point. There's a prayer in the motion for an evidentiary hearing, but I assume the judge would make a decision as to whether or not to grant that based on the argument on the
Yep.
5th.
It'll be at 2 p.m.
Okay, what else do we have? Do we have any?
There are two other matters, Your Honor, that I'd like to raise with the court. One is a motion for a protective order for certain investigative materials. I have just,
Is this the Brady list?
yes, it relates to the Brady list.
Yeah.
I have just served the actual motion. The attachment was previously provided to the defense, but I believe Mr. Bradel wants to, is okay with taking it up today and wants to be heard briefly on it.
Yeah,
And I'll rely on my written submission.
okay. So what we have before us is a motion for protective order relevant to certain internal investigatory materials, and that has been presented today by Mr. Cosgrove. Mr. Bradel, go right ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. As the court will certainly remember, we maintain our objection about public materials, about public officials, that, the risk of embarrassment, et cetera, is not a grounds to, hide something from the public.
Yeah, like it's insane to me that this judge is clearly dead set on the idea of keeping that shit impounded. Why is it a problem for the public to know that these investigators were involved in shady dealings? How is it not public? How is it not the public's right to know that their taxpayer dollars are going towards these people colluding to violate a member of the press's rights? Which is really, really, it's bizarre to me. It's crazy. It's insane. I don't give a fuck. And I don't think the judge should either, about whether or not Proctor ends up being embarrassed for being a shit cop. He's already fired, And,
a lot of this stuff, the trend has been in the last few years to make police misconduct issues publicly accessible. So, Mr. Carney shouldn't have less rights than everybody else out there. There's no First Amendment exception for Aidan Carney that he can't have things that the public can have. So this is one of those issues where, we maintain our objection that there's no reason to impound these items. And the stated reason that, Mr. Carney might talk about these issues is not a grounds, and it fits under the rubric of public officials' misconduct should be out in the public sunshine. and that's that. So it's not a grounds to say, well, Mr. Carney's going to talk about it. And so it's a simple analysis that the public interest should prevail here, and Mr. Carney should be included in that and get the benefit of that.
Okay.
So there's no grounds. Thank you.
Gotcha. Okay, what else we got? Anything, Mr. Cosgrove?
I just have one more thing, Your Honor. Judge Rayburn, quite a while back, I want to call the court's attention to this, even though I'm not going to be in the position of litigating it. Judge Rayburn, quite a while back, gave Ms. Gattani.
You're not in the position to litigate it, but you're going to bring it up anyway because it's such a fucking concern. Like, I want to like Cosgrove. I just feel like he's like just this old man who's doing this for some reason that nobody has a grasp on. He's just like doing this for God knows what. It makes no sense. Like, there's no case here. And yet it's very high profile. And like me, I'm flying all the way the fuck out here to fucking witness this shit. To be like, okay, what are we doing? Are you I don't understand this. How, like, at this point, it's like, what excuses are you going to give to keep this going? Which is really bizarre.
Leave to file pro se. Rayburn, quite a while back, gave Ms. Gattani leave to file pro se motions with the court. About 3 days or thereabouts after I became aware of my need to withdraw, there was a release of a link to Ms. Gattani's cell phone.
And no, for me, it's not a waste of money because, I mean, what better reason to come out and support if somebody is fucking innocent and they're being dragged through this court system? Of course I'm going to come out and support, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, I mean, it's wasting your money. You know, it's taxpayer dollars that are being wasted to prosecute Aiden, which is crazy.
Extraction on the internet, which raised a number of issues, having litigated what should happen with this cell phone extraction rather extensively over the course of this case. Raised a number of issues that I would otherwise have proceeded with a motion before the court, specifically as to whether the release by someone, and it was not directly released by Mr. Kearney, violated Judge Krupp's order. Ms. Gattani has filed a pro se motion.
But what he's referring to is Jason Broyles. Jason Broyles, aka whatever the fuck his cyber cross-dressing name was, I don't know. He released like her phone records or something like that. I still haven't even seen them. Like, I don't follow that dude on Twitter, and I'm not even on Twitter anymore. So, but wow, from Norway, thank you. Yeah, to me, it's just like, I mean, I don't know, you know, I don't know what dude's doing. I don't know if he's doing that to be spiteful. I don't know if he's trying to help Aiden. I don't know what he's doing. But it's very bizarre. And now this dude is using it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like it didn't seem like a rational move on his part, on Jason's part, to drop that shit out there. And it's like, what are you doing? You know? Because he's mad that she's suing him. Dude, I would wipe my ass with a lawsuit from Lindsay Gattani, dude. Like, I wouldn't do shit. Like, I would only be mad because I'd have to get a lawyer to like be like, dude, to get this fucking thrown out. Like, this is fucking stupid. I don't want to have to pay a lawyer to do anything. I fucking hate paying lawyers shit. And I don't want to have to do that. And I'm damn sure not going to just start dropping shit all over Twitter. Like, it's weird. I don't know, man.
Sets forth a factual basis for that and asks for certain remedies. I'm not sure I'm on the same page with her as to what the appropriate remedies would be or whether it also violates Your Honor's order. But I do think it raises very substantial questions as to whether there was a violation of Judge Krepp's order. And I would urge the court to take a look at it and consider whether it's worth a hearing date and how the court should proceed. And that's all I'll say about it.
Okay. Have you seen it, Mr. Bradel?
Judge, have I seen,
What was filed by Ms. Katana?
I have. First point, Judge, if I may, is that I don't think Commonwealth Counsel is in any position to argue anything on the
And I
Katana
think he
case
is.
right now.
I think he's
Right. Like, why? What's he even fucking talking about? Because he's being sued. That's exactly what any attorney would do. Bradel, being the brilliant attorney that he is, it's unnecessary for him to be as brilliant as he is to argue this point, which is this dude has no business arguing anything that has this woman's name attached to it on any level whatsoever. She's fucking suing the guy. There's no fucking reason. He should not be talking about anything. He shouldn't be arguing anything. Sitting here talking about, oh, well, you know, Miss Katani or this gentleman violated the order, blah, blah, blah. No, dude. Like, if I'm Bradel, I'm going, why are we even hearing this?
I would agree with that. So what I'm going to suggest is that should probably be put over to a date where there's a new prosecutor here. I agree with you on that. Sure. I think Mr. Cosgrove has correctly moved to withdraw in that case based upon the circumstances. And I think that a new prosecutor comes in, we'll take a look at it, and then make a determination.
Sure. And I don't want to take a lot of Your Honor's time on this, but just so Your Honor is aware of our position, is that Ms. Gattani keeps filing these motions with the court that are creating a serious risk of denying Mr. Carney of a fair trial, prejudicing him, prejudicing me, prejudicing Mr. Betterow to the court, to the public. And these things keep getting filed by a third-party litigant. There's no privilege in Massachusetts on the part of a third-party litigant to be asking for things like she's asking for in this motion: suppression, a fine, other relief.
Lindsay G, not that Lindsay G. I'm so grateful for having a place where insomniacs can unite. That said, so sorry that everyone has sleep issues. I chalk it up being older. I don't really have sleep issues. I mean, I do, but that's not really the case tonight. Like, I have to be at the airport. Like, I have to get out of here by like 6. And I woke up and I was like, shit. I mean, I'm kind of wide awake right now because I was really thirsty and I needed to get something from the lobby, and I got a drink from the lobby. But yeah, it's crazy. I was so fucking. I had a really, really strong buzz last night. And then just a couple of hours of sleep, and I was just like, fine. And I really wanted to hang out. Nobody was feeling it. Me and Mark were still pretty run over from the night before. And then it was Lauren's birthday, so we went to some Mexican place for a little while and then met with them again with Mark and Kelly Reed. And so it was like me and Jimmy and Aiden, and we had a great time. But everyone was just so fucking tired and worn out. Everybody was done. I was done. Even though I didn't want to be, I was the one that was just like, you know, everybody just wants to go home. Like, what? And you know, and I don't know, came back here, passed out for a while, and now here we are. Wow, South Africa, huh? Wow.
You know, this is outrageous, and I asked it.
It is.
We're going to ask in writing when there's a new prosecutor
Yeah,
that be
why don't
stricken.
you do that? Why don't you?
I mean, it needs to be stricken. I'm going to ask, right? Bob, what do you think?
What could be more egregious? What could be more misleading than that? And what could be more important?
Right. Thank you, Bob.
Because we just had it with this. It's going to prejudice our rights to a fair trial on behalf of Mr. Carney. She can't keep taking pot shots with the court. Your Honor has to read this stuff. You know, it should be stricken. It shouldn't even be accepted as our position.
All right, so I will then see you back, or someone will see you back on whatever date that is that we chose for the hearing.
And one final thing, Your Honor, I'll put on the record that I told Mr. Bradel and Mr. Betterow that with respect to the most recent indictment against Mr. Kearney that involves him standing outside the pizza shop,
Oh, yeah, 25.
making faces,
Yeah.
that I would provide him with the discovery by the next court date.
Okay,
And that's agreed to, Judge. That's perfectly fine. I did file 2 arraignment motions that I would just ask the Commonwealth to look at in terms of what we're looking for in terms of the response.
okay, sounds good. Thank you all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Matters continue to December.
Sounds good.
Making
25,
faces
Yeah.
that I would provide outside the pizza shop.
oh yeah,
Making
25,
faces
Yeah.
that I would
Pizza shop making faces. This is a grown-ass man trying to fucking throw somebody in jail. His words for standing out of a pizza shop and making faces. As a grown-ass old man right there talking about throw him in jail for making faces. Unreal.
provide him with the discovery by the next court date.
okay,
And that's agreed to, Judge. That's perfectly fine. I did file 2 arraignment motions that I would just ask the Commonwealth to look at in terms of what we're looking for in terms of the response.
okay, sounds good. Thank you all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your matters continue to December 5th at 2 p.m.
So December 5th.
Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you. You don't have those,
What are
so in the 25 case, it's a
So December 5th is going to be what? Now, December 5th, we're going to hear Betterow's argument for the mega motion. A lot of people were expecting to hear that today. There was no reason, or yesterday, there was no reason to expect to hear that because he's only had it a week. And he's not going to be, Cosgrove is going to be ready to argue against that. But that's going to happen definitely December 5th. This motion to dismiss. And then our friends, Justice Serve TV, stop what you're doing right now and go give Justice Serve TV, give them a like. Go give Justice Serve TV a like. And make sure to subscribe.
Well, that was a lot of nothing, but were you expecting more than nothing?
I think we anticipated that the motion to dismiss would be argued at a different date because he would need more time because it was a mega motion. So there was a lot. So
And they haven't responded yet. And
they're not responded yet, so they have to respond by 30 days, and then we're going to argue it on December 5th. It sounds like so. But I think the big news out of today was that the special, what we knew was coming, that these Robert Cosgrove has tapped out of the Gattani indictments. So.
And you guys didn't object to that. So let me ask you this. Let's talk reality here. In 30 days, if they haven't appointed some magical prosecutor, will the court do anything?
This case is on life support. There's no prosecutor. Literally, there is literally no prosecutor on the 2024 case. One was removed by the court for making himself a witness. Two have had to withdraw for various reasons. The alleged victim in that case is suing anybody and everybody in connection with that case. Who's taking that case? Would you?
Right. I will not take that case.
So, look, someone has to show up. But I think also the court recognizes that because of the legal maneuvering, that the district attorney doesn't even have the ability to appoint someone because they're apparently going to get sued as well by this individual. So it's a fiasco.
So Judge Doolin made it sound like I'm laying down the law here. 30 days, got to be somebody appointed. Do we really think something would come of it?
The thing is, man, is like Cosgrove. I was saying this yesterday to somebody. Cosgrove gives hardcore bottom of the barrel vibes, bro. Like there is nothing. Think about that shit. He gives full on bottom of the barrel vibes. That's as low as it gets. You're not going to get anybody to prosecute this case. You're not going to get somebody who's going to take the risk of being sued by a psycho person just because she has a mood swing. That's not, you know what I'm saying? Like this is not reality. These are not serious people. Anybody who, like, that's what's crazy is these are not, like, Lindsay Gattani is not a serious person. She's an insane person. Grant Smith Ellis is not a serious person. He's also an insane person. And nobody, already you've got Robert Cosgrove comes out of retirement as a judge. He was a judge. He comes out of retirement to prosecute this bullshit sham, and nobody understands why. And you think that they're going to get somebody else to do that shit? Somebody to put their career on the line and then fucking deal with the headache of Lindsay Gattani? That's not going to happen. Lindsay G, thank you again. Alessi has an amazing gift where he can sort out all the convoluted thoughts we are all thinking, streamline them, and then effectively articulate and communicate those thoughts effectively. He's a legend. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Some love for Bob Alessi. I love it. Thank you. You're absolutely right about that.
If nothing happens, if nobody's appointed?
Well, something has to happen. If either dismiss or prosecute, one of the two. We have a right to discovery that's still outstanding, and that shouldn't stop because they don't have their house in order. So our position is get your house in order, and if you can't, then do the right thing and dismiss. End it.
And certainly the defense is prejudiced by that. Let's talk about the most recent case where you're waiting for some discovery that now they say will be here by the December 5th latest date. What are you expecting to get? This relates to what I call the pizza case.
The window intimidation. Yeah. So we're just waiting on grand jury documents. We haven't got them yet, so we don't know what was said in there. And of course, we've seen in the other case that the grand jury is very important. You know, that happens behind closed doors. And if there's,
they had a whole grand jury indictment over the fucking window bullshit. Over T-Rex arms, dude. Chris Albert had a fucking grand jury. That it makes no sense. Like I'm absolutely at a loss as to why the fuck we're still doing this.
Shenanigans, we need to be able to identify them and review what happened in there and how I was indicted for witness intimidation for doing T-Rex arms on a Tuesday night.
But we also want to know on that, the whole case revolves around an apparent illegal wiretap out on the street. So what are they going to do about that? Are they going to charge him? Are they going to give him a break? You know,
was that rhetorical? Will they charge him?
Whoever's in charge of the property.
Let's be clear about that. We asked for an investigation into that, and initially, the Canton Police Commissioner recused herself from consideration of that and kicked it over to the DA. And
right, Rafferty was like, "Nope, I'm not touching that," because they have no business fucking recording people outside. Not audio. They have no fucking business recording anybody's conversations. And that's exactly what Chris Albert is doing at D&E Pizza. It's completely and totally illegal and inappropriate. And then used these very means to prosecute this dude and get a grand jury to indict Aiden on window intimidation. Now, the whole thing is,
we filed a notice with the DA to alert them to the
dapper gentleman standing behind Mark Betterow here was never charged either. This very handsome, sexy young man who's standing behind Mark Betterow was actually the provider of the T-Rex arms, and his name isn't even mentioned in these indictments. Why? Because they're not serious about getting a conviction. They're not serious about it. They're just, it's more bullshit. It's just more bullshit.
This, and they simply haven't responded. So, we'll have to wait and see with all of that. But
let me ask about the guts of the motion. We haven't heard the reply yet or the response, and then I assume you guys will have a reply. I think the strongest part of it is the misrepresentation to the grand jury, but there's a lot in there. So is that the key to you, or do you see something more important in the motion that supports getting rid of these charges?
Well, we see a lot of problems in the grand jury, disclosing evidence, relationships with people with very checkered histories that they rely on, destruction of evidence, non-disclosure of evidence, false and misleading testimony. I mean, we could go on and on if you have an hour what the problems are. But, our view is that considered cumulatively, all of this is egregious governmental misconduct, and it all ought to be dismissed. You can't have prosecutors, police.
It's all governmental fucking misconduct, dude. It's all governmental fucking misconduct. There's no way that Kate Peter, acting in any capacity under the employ of the Commonwealth, is going to be anything other than shady fucking dealings. There's no way. Like, you can't have someone like Kate Peter involved in your shit and it not have dirt on it.
Officers, private civilians working at the behest or with police officers doing these kinds of things. So I wouldn't isolate it and say this is stronger than that. The whole mosaic is awful and needs to be dismissed.
What do you anticipate their response to be?
That's for them to decide. I don't know.
You're a good attorney. You always have to anticipate.
I have no idea how they're going to respond to this. In our view, a lot of this misconduct is indefensible. So, but that's for them to decide. I don't want to speak for them.
I'm not giving them any ideas.
Yeah.
They can come up with their own
They're
nonsense.
boxed in. Mark boxed them in really well. They're boxed in, and we're very optimistic about it, as we are they're dropping like flies. Mello's gone, Novak's gone. There's more to come on Mello with respect to the Reed witness case. That's still out there to disqualify him there.
I tried not to laugh. There were like two, like right there when he says, when Bradel says this.
Mello's gone, Novak's gone. There's more to come on Mello with respect.
Immediately, like I look down because I don't want to laugh because I'm a child. There's more to come on Mello. I'm like, dude, during the fucking hearing, bro, fucking Erica Walsh. Okay. Yeah. And I totally grassed her out too. Because we were laughing about it at the taco place. But fucking Erica Walsh, dude. Like, we're sitting in the courtroom during the hearing. And Mr. Cosgrove goes up there and says something like, I have one more thing to address, Your Honor. And then Erica Walsh goes, I shit my pants. And like, it was so hard not to bust out laughing. It was so funny. I immediately, when we sat down, I thought it was going to be Jimmy that was going to fuck with me and make me bust out laughing during this thing, because I was sitting next to him, and I thought Jimmy was going to fucking make me laugh in the courtroom, and he didn't actually. It was Erica Walsh. I was just like, these fucking, like, I thought I was the most immature out of everybody here. No.
Back to the Reed witness case. That's still out there to disqualify him there. So there's much more to come. We moved the needle today, kind of mostly by agreement. Again, we're stalled because the government can't get its house in order with the prosecutors. So, we're gonna see where that goes.
Every time I come to one of these hearings, I walk out the same way thinking, what the hell are they doing and why? What's the motivation?
You have to ask them.
I knew you were going to say that. You might have something.
I mean, I'm coming up on the 2-year anniversary of getting arrested at the bus stop, and I don't feel like we've made much progress.
You haven't made any. I mean, he has. Aiden and his team have made progress because there's more and more shit that keeps coming out. Lindsay, thank you again. Explains why our property assessments go up 20% a year. Thus, our property tax goes up 20%. No accountability. It's insane. I have so much to say about this. Right. Like, if your property tax is going up fucking 20% a year and your tax dollars are being spent on this bullshit, I would have questions. More than just questions. I would be loud. Or I would fucking move. Like, that shit is crazy. That's crazy.
They've done anything. Every time we come here, like you said, we just kind of kick the can down the road, and maybe next time we'll talk about something important and discovery. And it's I don't know what their plan here is, but I think it's just to keep me out on bail and keep me on my best behavior, or I don't even know if they have a plan.
The problem is when they started this case, the idea was to stifle speech as it relates to another well-known case, obviously. That case is over. It didn't work out for them, and they're still doing this, and they're kind of stuck with that. As we learned earlier this week, many of the witnesses who presumably are going to testify at a trial here are apparently all about to be sued for civil rights and conspiracy violations. That's another case, other people making those decisions. But you'd like to think at some point in time that you see what happens. We have no prosecutor on one of these indictments. The whole thing is just literally on life support. This other case is kicking around. It's failing. All of this is failing. And you'd like to think at some point that they just reevaluate special prosecutor after special prosecutor after special prosecutor. That appears to be the way the sausage is made in this county. But at some point in some time, it's got to go. It's got.
I mean, Betterow is basically saying he's just giving lawyer talk for exactly what the fuck I just said. He's just saying it in lawyer talk. He's saying that this case is on life support. Dude, pull the fucking plug. You know what I'm saying? Like if like the Commonwealth needs to just pull the plug on this. It's on life support. Like there's nothing to there's the case is a fucking dead case in the first place. It's absolute bullshit. And now any chance of them winning this case is completely out the window.
Gotta go. The Karen Reed case is over.
Right.
They lost.
I've heard. I heard that. Hey,
To see the writing on the wall with this case, it was only brought to keep Aiden quiet, and the thing is over. It's circling the drain, and
Right.
we want, this case has got to go too.
Would the state move it to another county just to keep
Why?
get it clean?
I've never seen that happen where the state would move a case. I don't think it's going to happen.
What would that tell you if a prosecutor is afraid that they can't win in their home court, that they want to go someplace else? If that's even part of the thought process, then you should just dismiss the case.
Maybe if they move it to North Korea.
Yeah. That's a good one. I like that.
So you brought up a good point. Now Morrissey's in the crosshairs in terms of his ability, his whole office's ability. So what is the option if the court decides that the Morrissey office can't handle this?
Who the hell knows? The Attorney General, who has already, as you've seen in the motion again and again, has refused to get involved. Why would anyone in private practice choose to get involved in this? Look what happens. You may get sued.
Right.
Look, I don't know what they're going to do. It would be foolish to even predict. It seems to me the only right thing to do is dismiss all of it.
Well, they make a lot of taxpayer money, so that's their carrot. So who knows if someone is out there, the fourth or fifth person across all these cases. Are they going to make $250,000 too?
Yeah, I mean, they paid Robert Novak $20,000 to work one day. They paid Ken Mello at least $80,000 to do, I don't know what he did, but they just literally took the money and ran. I mean, the taxpayers are the real victims here.
When I sit there and I see all of that money going out the door, it's frightening.
That's the scandal, though, right? I mean, you have 3 special prosecutors that are now gone from this case. What does that mean? They're not DA salary. That's extra taxpayer money. And one of them got himself kicked off for being a witness. Another one bailed the day after the motion was filed, who worked with Mello. And Mr. Cosgrove, understandably, had to leave because he's being sued. But you paid for this. It's your tax money that a year and a half later has a case without a prosecutor, and all that extra money went into it. You saw it in Karen's case with all the special prosecutor fees. It's happened.
Yeah, it's really funny. Like Linda Michael's partner on Justice Serve TV, Linda Kenny Bodden, she texted me with a screenshot of this and was like, I see you. Linda's great. I think she's fantastic.
Here, and maybe the question to ask is, why do they keep doing it? Why does it keep happening here? What's the problem in this county, and why there is such a crisis of confidence in law enforcement here? This shouldn't be happening again and again and again. It becomes a giant fiasco.
That's why all these people are here. I mean, that's
right. That's what I was going to say, is that's where you guys come in. The media comes in and the public comes in. That's why you guys are here, because this is outrageous and it needs to stop, and, eventually you get to the ballot box, but you guys are all free to speak out now because, Aiden's not going to be the scapegoat here. Aiden's not going to be the martyr. We're going to get him out of this.
Right.
And nobody should have to be in that position.
Yeah. I mean, he had a great, Michael Bryant, man, got to give him some love. Make sure. Make sure to give that video a like. I'm going to drop it in the chat one more time. Stop what you're doing. Go give that video a like, because that was a hell of an interview. You got some good stuff from both Bradel and Betterow. I mean, it's annoying, Christina. You know, like they're just going on and on. But it's exactly what I expected. Especially, you know, having dinner with Bettero the night before last. He was just basically, you know, like, yeah, I mean, I don't expect to argue this motion because he's had it a week, even though, you know, we've let them know, we've told him, hey, we'd like some sort of response. But you know how these things go. He's going to use the fact that it's only a week old to drag it out more and more. And that's to be expected. You're looking at a fucking 88-page mega motion, dude. That's a lot. It's a lot. But yeah, man. That witness intimidation statute needs to be dissolved. It's a dated concept. It shouldn't even be a law under the United States Constitution. That shouldn't even be a fucking law anywhere in the United States of America. That's crazy. Just what they're using to charge him is insane. But anyways, guys, I had a really good time here. I'll probably go live, probably on Instagram or something like that tomorrow on my way back. I already can't wait to get Clever, and I miss him so much. Clever and Drago. I miss them both so much. And I can't wait to, like, you know, and I'm getting back early enough. As long as everything goes well with my flight, I'll be able to get Clever and Drago early enough and hang out with them because I miss them and love them very much. But yeah, I guess I'm going to pack and get ready to go. But for those of you who I got to see and hang out with, I'm glad I did. I'll be back soon. I'm just not sure when, but I'll be back soon. But I appreciate all you guys, man. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Make sure to hit the like if you haven't already. Make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. People, you guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you guys for all the support. I'm really, really grateful. But yeah, remember, it only takes a second to stay safe. Guys, I love you, and we will do this again very soon, my friends.
Watch out!
Today, being retarded means leading a full life. Retarded people go to work or school just like their neighbors and come back to a real home. A supervised home, right in the neighborhood, where they belong. Being retarded never stopped anyone from being a good neighbor.